With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson on second down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10. On first down, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
First down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's McKinnon, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A tackle that time by William Hayes. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. McKinnon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, and I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff to Penny. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And avoids the contact by sliding. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On third and goal, Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They run it with McKinnon. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's Wilson. Finding some room at midfield. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Play action. It's Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down, Seahawks, Wilson to Baldwin.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, well, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now Rashad Penny, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. Forced out, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now McKinnon, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On play action, now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's another 10 yards on that one, and another 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
14.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Get it, baby. Let's go. Mike 56. Look for signals.
Wilson will throw again. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
12.
Again, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Perry, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. Now it's Patterson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Play action. It's Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 15. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Room to run inside the 40. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Wilson. And an alley to run. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
21.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
White. 21. 13. 11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he rifles one incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. The Niners on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, gun. 12. 11.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Toss play to McKinnon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Don't take forever, okay? 56 to fight. Come on. 40.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it again with Penny. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Wilson now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
The false start backs him up 5, first and 15. After the penalty, it's Penny. And an alley to run. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to be 49er football. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get out to the football.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, Wilson able to avoid him at the 40. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And some room to maneuver. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. William Hayes in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Play action. Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
65.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a punt, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Penny. And some space here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, 30 yards. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that Lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Again, it's Penny. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Penny looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
36 power.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Foot left.
From the gun, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire. They had fun getting dirty out there.